Hey, friends. I just want to kind of share a few things that I wasn't able to share in the message for this week. I want to tell you two stories. And this is about forgiveness. This whole week is about forgiveness. See, we are in a point where we are doing this red letter challenge. And I have been so moved by this in such a big way that I want to share a couple of different stories of some really odd things when it comes to forgiveness. Many years ago, when I was in seminary, I met a group of gals, and we hung out quite a bit. But one of the gals that I met, Lutheran school teacher, was proud of a very strange thing. And throughout our conversations over many months, kind of in a group setting, she would tell us about this person that did her wrong, and then how she'll never forgive them and they're out of her life. And then a few weeks later, we go out to dinner and she reminded, oh, this gal right here, she did me wrong. She did this terrible thing, and then she's out of my life, and I don't forgive people because people are terrible. And she went on with probably about 7 or 8 examples of how she cut people out of their life. And honestly, I was getting old enough in my knowledge of people that I said, you know what? This is probably going to happen to me and probably 3 other new people she's going to do the same thing with. She's rejoicing in the fact that she doesn't want to forgive. I'm like, wow. So here we are. It was a Monday. And she had called and tried to get us all together to go that Friday night to an 80s party, to listen to 80s music and have a good time. Well, Monday turned into Tuesday, Tuesday went into Wednesday, Wednesday went into Thursday, and Friday was the day. I'll tell you what happened. I gave her a call that day because I was really, really sick. I mean, I had something wrong with me. And I said, as I was picking up the phone, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that gas station sushi. I knew it. I shouldn't have done it. So I'm like crumpled over like this, crunched over like this, hunched over like that. And I called her. I said, hey, I don't think I could make it to the 80s party. And then she says, I knew it, and hung up the phone on me. She didn't even get me a chance to explain why. She was done with me, rejoicing in the fact that another person out, I'm sure. As a Christ follower, does Jesus want us to live like that? Does he want us to have a heart like that? The other story is this. There was a gentleman that came into my office many, many years ago and was really direct with me and says, Pastor, my daughter is dating a black guy, and I don't like black people. And he's telling me this. And I'm like, well, why is that? Well, black people have done this to my business, and they hurt me this way, and they said these things to me. And I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I do. I don't like black people at all. And I gave him some counsel, especially from my perspective, but I also said to him, you need to let that go. Not everybody is bad. And just because one person may look like someone else that hurt you doesn't mean that same person is going to do that same kind of hurt or anything like it. This is why the importance of forgiveness needs to be filled throughout our body, throughout our minds, to reduce the amount of kicking people to the curb, to reduce the amount of prejudging folks and prejudices or bigoted ideas, that our heart would be open to say, these are all of God's children. Father, help me to love them as you have loved them. Father, help me to forgive them as you have forgiven them. My friends, I'm going to ask you again to continue on in our Red Letter Challenge this is going to be a great week, and I really believe that you will be blessed. Amen.